Aloha, my beautiful friends. My name is Krista Lakshmidittan. I'm coming to you from San Diego. I call myself abundance anthropologist, and I believe that each one of us has a hidden treasure box inside of us, filled with our amazing talents, which are activating our holistic abundance. And after that, we may be able to really manifest our inner fairy tales into this beautiful life and dreams on our terms. Thank you for being here. This is the day number 15 of the Holistic Abundance Challenge. If you arrive here, please let me know. And where are you listening from today? And if you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to write them in the comment section, even if you listen to this later time. So today, first I apologize for a little delay. I had some technical things to figure out. And now we are actually ready to kind of dive deep into today's topic. So I wanted to share with you the story how I actually started to create money magnets as some of the products, and also how is this connected to my inner family and also holistic abundance. So if you get here, please say aloha. And if you have questions about this or in general about the topic, please don't hesitate to ask. And I see Malle is here. Very nice. Nice to have you. So going back in time, it was the year 2013, and I was at that time in Estonia, and my inner woman was kind of coming with this idea, like, Crystal, you should do this product called money magnets. And I was like, okay, so what is this about? And this is a meditation where people can actually start to rebuild a different kind of relationship with abundance and also money. So oftentimes, as I've said earlier, many people, they have very negative experience also relationship with money. So they actually also treat money as an enemy instead of as a friend. So money magnets started to kind of come and get kind of into different forms after some time as kind of different tools and tips and steps how to rebuild and heal that relationship with money, and then build it in such a way that it can start to serve you and you can start to actually cooperate with it. So okay, so my inner woman came with that idea. So inner man was kind of, we also need a little bit extra money to go to Mexico with one-way ticket. So I'll tell you, the magnet will cost €5. You will sell at least 100 of those, and there you go. Then you have your ticket, you know. So it's like, okay, that sounds pretty doable. So I made the product. I started to distribute in all the connections and groups where I had online. And in no time, through this money magnet was sold to actually more than 100 people. But it was really easy. So I was like, wow, this is really amazing. I just made €500 with the help of my inner woman and inner man. And of course, inner child was there too, also part of the creativity process. And it was actually very easy. So what if I can, you know, activate more of my inner family to help me to, you know, create those other ones as well. And also realizing that, oh my God, I'm not alone anymore. I don't need to do everything myself and alone was a huge relief. And oftentimes also it is like we think that we have to manage everything ourselves. We have to, like, you know, get everything done. But we have those invisible helpers inside of us who are really willing to help. And most of the time they are actually there completely unemployed because we don't give them ideas, you know, what to do and how. So after the first one came out, so in no time, the second one came out, and then it continued until 8 different magnets came out, and every magnet had a different character, different story. And right now I'm actually building the English ones, and I do them like kind of like the updated version. So I realized while doing all these magnets that what is the right order and right way to start to work with this. So, but before I go to that one, I want to share with you how it came in the Estonian version. So the first one is basically teaching people to meditate and connect to money as energy, and how to activate it so that it goes like kind of like a two-way street. Because oftentimes people have a relation to money only as a one-way street. They want money and they are not really willing to give it out, So, and oftentimes also people have the idea that, wow, when I have money, I don't know when it comes again, so I better keep it to myself. So, which is the, when you think that way, this is the way of lack consciousness talking and thinking. So this is no good. This will not attract more abundance into your life. And so this actually activates the energies, and also brings like different ideas how to kind of, make it more holistic. And it's a very short meditation, and it works like magic. So when people started to work with this, they couldn't believe, like, some people started to get also like, lottery winnings, and some people started to attract like other things as also brand new cars. So, and in addition also, other things, and I'll get to those a little later. So what else? So the second one is basically also going deeper into that idea that money and abundance is holistic, and how and what can we do also with our body to activate, and how is this also connected to our sexuality and orgasms and all of those things. And it's a very powerful way to activate in so many like different kind of perspectives. And the third one came really interestingly when I was like playing with magnets and starting to understand the universal truth about, attracting abundance and attracting money. So this is one of the core things which most people nowadays don't put like if they put so very little attention to, or usually no intention or attention to. So once people start to increase that and start to work with that, then it also will increase, abundance and money coming into their lives. The fourth one came actually while I was swimming in Mexico, and I had this really special beach there. I was going there, and oftentimes I got these like really beautiful ideas and things coming to me, like kind of downloads, like I was downloading water. And that time, because that beach and that area of Mexico has lots of crystal and golden energy as well, I started to connect with the golden energy, which is really deeply activated now from the core of the planet Earth. So I started to connect with that, and then the idea came from the micro and macro levels of abundance, like how can we activate that? And that was actually recorded during one of the events in Estonia. So it has that group energy as well activated while there. So very powerful one as well. So, and the next one was actually, I was talking about the importance of life mission and how we can actually activate also other things through your subconscious. And I also share in that video actually some pictures and some ideas from Mexico, as I was starting to do mantra in those hotels and stuff. So you can also see like how that kind of looks, and how to manifest those crazy things. Like I had no idea in 2013 that I'm gonna do my water therapy in Four Seasons and St. Regis Hotel and boutique spas and in luxury homes and stuff. So that was really amazing. So, and then the sixth one is a Hawaiian abundance key, which opens the channels of abundance. So this is something also most people don't ever do. And once I realized this and started to do this, I was like, oh my God. So this really rebuilds the foundation of the, working with the abundance as well, money. So a very core thing. And then the next one is activating your abundance wheel. So there are certain things how you can do it. And now you also have a little more like kind of activation from your side, and you can be interactive in that process. So it's not only me talking, me saying it, you have a big role as well. And then the eighth one was one of the key sectors of the abundance wheel, cleansing that sector. So working with that like that way. So all of these were really amazing adventures, like how to, heal your abundance, how to reactivate it, and also how to rebuild a new relationship with abundance and also money in a very different way. So I see here we have Sirle Arder and Ehae Bauer. Aloha all to you. And now, as we started to work with Michael also to build all of these things in English, so I actually started to do money magnets in a different order as well. And they are in a process, but it's actually a really interesting process because it's in a lot of restructuring and doing like it different ways. So I'll see if I find there is a list. I can't find it right now, but I'll just tell what we have right now. So I'll put here a list of the link to what we have finished right now. So basically, one of the key ways to attract more abundance is basically to map your abundance and identify your abundance blockages. So one of the things you already kind of got the taste of was that this is from these materials, is that you do this test, which I gave away as a gift like 2 days ago. So if you didn't manage to download that for free, you have to go and do that. So there are 130 questions which you can answer, which actually gives a really good idea where your abundance is right now. And then you have to start, once you have identified those, you have to start to remove abundance blockages. So this is a transformation phase, will help you to dissolve your fears and blockages as you start to attract more holistic abundance. And then one thing which we have talked here also is how important and how connected is money to time. So it is a separate level, which is time management and how to expand your abundance through that. So this is a new system which I developed, multi-dimensional time management system, which is connected to the new time energies. How you can expand your time and the abundance with that as well. So how to attract more abundance is another layer and level. So this is a very transformational journey, which is kind of more holistically map and identify abundance blockages, remove these blockages, help to change habits and mindset along, and show how you use time management, expand time and abundance. Enjoy more time, happiness, love, money, and freedom. And then the abundance magnets, clear and rebuild. So this one we have in English is actually introduction and thoughts about abundance magnets, how to clear your inner abundance garden and rebuild your relationship with money, including the Hawaiian forgiveness technique. So this one is $49. So if you want to kind of have a little kickstart, this is one of the ways to basically begin. And these are then the ways we have put it together in English, and you can, I'll put all those links later so you can check those out yourself. And now it's a task for you, for your inner family. So what are those different things? How can you create something which you can share with the world, which would help, you know, people in so many different ways? So get creative, like have a meeting with your inner family. So if you don't know how to exactly do that yet, go back to day one and listen to the inner family meditation. And as you listen to this, you can also pause it in between, and then actually, you know, see and talk to them and ask them questions like, okay, I would like to, you know, give extra value to the world. What are those things which you guys actually would recommend me to do? And then see if you are quiet enough, your inner woman will actually speak and give you some ideas. And maybe they don't form right away, it may take some time. So take that time to really, you know, formulate it and help, let the inner man also help. And then figure out like what's the next step and what to do with it. So this is the process, how it goes. But if you don't give your inner family a chance to not even talk or to listen to them, then nothing will happen. And most people nowadays, we are so busy. Most people don't meditate. They just are in their, you know, busy rat race and chasing the money and chasing the things and so on. And we forget so oftentimes the values, why we are here and why are we here, you know, what are we here to give to the world. So this is very important, to have those moments to listen. What is your inner woman saying? What is your inner man saying? Because if you do that, I guarantee you will have some other ideas and things how you can, you know, start to manifest more of the abundance inside of you. And when I talk about holistic abundance, it's also basically I tell how to heal and how to rebuild this whole, you know, concept. But it's also to remind us all that we already are holistically abundant. It's just that we have forgotten, and we have kind of started to believe other projections from society or from other people. And then oftentimes we are also not even connected why we are doing something. So it's like, okay, I have those bills, I have to work to pay those bills. Really? I mean, you could live in an eco village and have like minimum of bills and basically contribute in a completely different way and figure out ways, you know, so that you can actually also do more of what you love. So when I lived in Mexico in that cultural center, I worked in that cultural center using 90% of my talents. And as I worked a certain number of hours every day, I actually also saved that money, because that was a trade for my place to live there. So I could just, you know, do what I love and then have a place to stay. And the rest of the money I did with my online classes, and all of the money coming from my online classes I used for food and other, you know, expenses, which were very minimum at the time, like 100, 200 euros per month. So I didn't have a car at the time. So I was like living very minimum. But I also lived really fully, because I lived in a tropical place. I did what I loved. I had really loving, amazing people around me, and I rebuilt my future in a completely different way. And also because I was patient and I was, you know, working on myself and restructuring my life. That also brought my, you know, outer man or my outer king there. So that's where I met Michael, you know, in that same cultural center. So everything is connected. So the inside world, more you're working with your inside world, more your outside world will change. If you don't like the outside world right now in your life, you have to work more with your inside world. So yesterday I also started to work on my dream profile. I have shared this idea in several occasions with all of you. So you take a folder and you start to structure it according to abundance wheel or any other categories you would like. And you start to put pictures and descriptions of more of the life, what you want to have if you don't have that yet. So it may be things, it may be qualities, it may be places, it may be people, and whatever makes you feel that way, you put these pictures and images and descriptions in there, and you work with this every day. It's basically like you are molding your, masterpiece, and you put one thing here, one thing there, and in the end, it will just come out in a beautiful way, like your masterpiece. And when these things start to show up in your universe, in your world, in your outside world, you may be so blown away, because some of these things may come exactly as you had them in your, images or ideas. So this is how it works. You basically give that idea, to the universe. The visual pictures are like faxes to the universe, and they get it like, oh, Crystal had that particular, order. So how can we create this order? So, and then start to work with that, as an order. So that's why also working with questions is so crucial, because when you work with questions, in addition to the dream profile, you start to actually attract these different, things in your universe, because universe will look for those answers and look for those things. So it's very, very simple. So one of the reasons also I decided to do this holistic abundance challenge is to kind of, demystify abundance and money and all of those things, and take it really into pieces, and show you also from the new time perspective how simple these things are. And if you implement these things, your life will become also more simple, more easy, because now you have a new team called Inner Family helping you every step of the way, and you don't need to do everything yourself. Especially women, we are so used to kind of, okay, if the men are not around, I'll do it myself. So no, you can ask your inner man to help, and if you have some outside men around, you can ask them too. And then you step into your queen energy, and then the world will start to also change into your queendom. So that's that simple. So I hope that today's session was inspiration for you, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and ideas with personal messages as well. And I really encourage you all to leave more comments, more suggestions also for future lives, and questions if you have. And if this topic of inner family was very, is getting more and more intriguing for you, don't hesitate to, sign in for the next adventure with me for the 4 months with Inner Family, Inner Child, Inner Woman, Inner Man, and then the integration session for the 4th month, which will be really amazing. You will discover who you are, how you function, how you dysfunction, and how and what you can change, so that you can build and rebuild a complete new foundation to you, to your life, to your relations, to your holistic abundance in so many ways. And I can't wait to be there and help you on that journey. Thank you so much. Please share it, please subscribe, and talk to you tomorrow. And have a beautiful time. Aloha.